Dear audience, welcome back in this episode of our series of Agile project management for construction projects. Today we will continue what we have started regarding the stakeholder management, and we will extend our previous talk about the product backlog, and we'll give more emphasis on construction projects. So we will talk for some time about the product backlog for construction project. So as a beginning or an introduction, we have to define what a backlog is. And in essence, a backlog is a dynamic and prioritized list of features, enhancements, bug fixes. This comes especially when the project is a software project, okay? And other work items that constitute the requirements for a product. It's a fundamental concept in Agile methodologies, particularly in Scrum, which is a popular framework for managing complex projects. The product backlog serves as a single source of truth for all the work that needs to be done on a project. It plays a pivotal role in aligning project objectives with stakeholder expectations. So this is very important, that the backlog is a sort of document that plays a very important role in aligning the project objectives with the stakeholder expectations. And this is very important for guaranteeing the success of the project. Although the backlog is thought of as being very much being used with software projects, still can be adapted and applied to construction projects, especially when using Agile or iterative project management methodologies. So it's usually associated, yes, with software development in Agile frameworks like Scrum, but special principles can be extended to various project types, including construction. Keep in mind that what we are going through today in this tutorial is just a starting point, and you should tailor all what we discuss here to the specific requirements and scope of your project. This can vary depending on the type of project, the complexity of project, and all other aspects related to the project, like the EAFs or the enterprise environmental factors or the organizational process assets. But in a sense, this can give you just a good start to deal with all types of projects, provided that you have enough experience or the base to do so. So let's start with some of the examples, okay, that we might include in a backlog. Let's start from the foundation and talk about the foundation preparation. Like, for example, if a user story is the foundation preparation, like as a construction worker, I want the site's foundation to be adequately prepared so that the building has a stable base. So the tasks expected for such user story would be these are not all the tasks, but these are examples of the tasks that might be related to such a user story. Excavate the construction site, level the ground, install necessary drainage systems. Of course, much detailed list might be there, but as I mentioned before, this is just a guide for you on which you can build and expand. Another example would be related to the structural framework. So this is our user story. As an architect, I want the structural framework to be established to ensure the building's integrity. What tasks we expect? We expect the following tasks: pour concrete for foundation, erect steel or wooden framework, install necessary support structures. So this is another example for structural framework. Another user story here related to the external building envelope, and this time this story is narrated by the designer. So as a designer, I want the external envelope of the building to be constructed for weather protection and energy efficiency. This is, of course, very important when it comes to green buildings and green requirements. So tasks involved might include install exterior walls, place roofing materials, install windows and doors. One more user story related to the MEP systems installation. So this is narrated by the facilities managers. The facilities managers say that I want the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, or the MEP systems, to be installed for optimal functionality. So tasks included might be install HVAC systems, wire electrical components, set up plumbing systems. A fifth user story would be the interior finishing. This comes from the interior designer, and as an interior designer, I want the interior spaces to be finished according to the project specifications. And tasks involved might include apply drywall and paint, so drywall or gypsum board, sometimes we call it gypsum board, and paint, then install flooring, set up interior fixtures and fittings. Another example related to quality assurance and inspections. So this comes from the quality control manager. So as a quality control manager, I want to ensure that each construction phase undergoes through inspections to meet industry standards. Tasks involved might include conduct structural inspections, perform MEP systems testing, execute final walkthrough and inspections. One more story from the landscape architect related to landscaping and exterior finishing. So as a landscape architect, I want the exterior spaces to be landscaped and finished for aesthetic appeal. Again, the architects care about this aesthetic appeal, the beauty of the surroundings. Tasks involved might include plant greenery and trees, install exterior lighting, finalize exterior finishes. Another story or user story related to handover and documentation. This time it comes from the project manager. So as project manager, I want to complete the necessary paperwork and hand over the finished building to the client. What tasks might be involved? You might have a task related to compiling project documentation, obtaining necessary permits and approvals, conducting client walkthrough and acceptance. One last user story related to the project closeout, again from the project manager. So as a project manager, I want to perform the official project closure or project closing. Tasks involved might include finalizing financial documentation, handing over project documentation to the client, conducting a post-project review and lessons learned session. So, in conclusion, we could see that a project backlog is very beneficial when it comes in aligning the stakeholder expectations with the project objectives. But it's very important to remember that what we have been through is just a general example or a list of examples, and the actual backlog items will depend on the specific requirements and details of your construction project. And again, I mentioned that this depends on the project type and project complexity. One more thing to remember is that the backlog should be dynamic, allowing for adjustments and reprioritization as the project progresses and new information becomes available, because things might change, and as long as we're working on a Agile methodology, we're using Agile methodologies. Okay, so agility or flexibility would be a top priority and would be very important for us to adopt, and this can guarantee again a total success for the project. If you find this short tutorial of help to you and informative, please subscribe and share. Your feedback, your comments are of value to me. Your suggestions also for discussing other titles related to project management or construction project management or anything related to Agile or management, other quality management or management methodologies is highly appreciated. Thank you again for paying attention, and see you next time in another tutorial. Goodbye.